And welcome to Desolate Ada.
Okay. It's a late night, early morning here at the Lady Ada headquarters.
We are committed.
I'm doing this thing.
We should be committed.
This is what, our fourth time doing a 2 a.m., 3 a.m., whatever
Whatever.
podcast. We've done a bunch of these trying to sync with UK release.
As long as they keep making Raspberry Pis and we keep making coffee, we can do this.
I know. Well, I have tea.
Yeah.
Because this is a British release. Tonight we're going to be talking about the new Pi Zero. There is a mini revision for the Pi Zero, everybody's favorite $5 computer. And we are now into Pi Zero V2 land. So there's some slight changes.
Still elegant, still light, still Pi.
Yes, it's the same size, shape as the Pi Zero, same chip, same memory, everything. It just has a little bit of a difference, a little bit of an extra added on that we can talk about. Over on the right-hand side of this photo, as you can see, there's a new connector. And this connector is a camera connector. And it isn't the same as the Pi 2 or Pi 3 camera connector. It's a little bit different, but you can use an adapter cable. As you can see here, that little cable. And when you plug that in, it will let you connect to the Pi camera. So if you have a Pi Noir camera, 5 or 8 megapixel, you can use it, with a Pi Zero. You can use it with a Pi Zero just by plugging it in, and basically just works. And I have tried it out. I don't have the Pi camera cable with me because I gave it to one of the Adafruit engineers for a future project that people will like. But this photo shows it off quite well.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Lady Ada, who's on camera control.
He is.
He's. So what else is new in this Pi Zero? Pretty much nothing else as far as I can tell. That's the camera connector is the only real difference. Again, it's the same chip, BCM2835, I think. Same chip that was in the Raspberry Pi original. Has the same amount of memory, has the same USB and power connectors, has the same HDMI, same micro SD, same GPIO pinout. They just squished some parts around to make space for this new camera connector. So I thought maybe we'd compare and contrast on the overhead. How's that sound?
Yeah, I've got a couple last really high-res photos here.
Okay.
And these will be up on our Flickr and product page on adafruit.com. But let's
destroy everything. Yeah.
Huh. All right.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah. Look, it's early morning. I'm not at my most elegant. Hey. Shh. This is the witching hour. Don't feed your engineer after midnight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is everything still working over there?
Yeah, it's just the monitor.
Okay.
The monitor fell. Okay. So this is the new Pi V2, and this is the original Pi Zero. So this is mine. So you can see basically this regulation circuit over here got moved over. It's the same chip, same capacitors, same inductors and everything. It just got zooped underneath.
I'm going to zoom in a little bit on my side. I think I can do this. Yeah.
You want to zoom? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. It just got zooped over. And also it looked like there was a connector of some sort, or some chip that was here that ended up never getting used, U13. And so with that removal, the traces got shoved over. Just made a little bit of space here for this flip-top connector. Sorry, this FPC connector. So yeah, you can pull the little
what's cool
out.
is we have so many camera projects, and we just did a Pi Zero project with a camera, so this is going to work out great.
And there was a project that I wanted to do with a Pi Zero if it had had a camera that we'll show off later, maybe as it gets done. And yeah, there's just this camera. You still get the run and TV out, and then again, this is the same RAM chip, same location for all the connectors, which is actually kind of nice because we have this Pi protector for the Pi Zero, and it still works quite well with the camera. Can you show that photo? I think we have a photo of it.
Yeah, I do have a photo of that. So you're talking about this one, right?
Yeah, so you can use our Pi protector. It works just the same because it doesn't do anything in that spot. Like
Yeah.
it's hovering. And so because it's the same, the connector is quite thin, you can still use it while it's in the Pi protector, so that's nice.
Okay, I'll go back to the other hand.
And then I thought I would just do some basic overview of the Pi Zero, just because maybe this is your first time watching one of our early morning broadcasts, and you're just like, I want to hear this lady make more clumsy mistakes, and you're in luck. I'll tell you all about it. So the Raspberry Pi Zero, it's, let me get a regular Pi to compare and contrast. This is a Pi 3. I just happen to have this handy.
I'll zoom out.
Ooh, yeah. Just to compare and contrast the size. This one has a heat sink on it, which I'll just remove.
Yeah.
Since I think it's a little confusing. Like, what's this silver cube?
It's a little city.
Yeah, so this is the Pi Zero compared to the Pi 3. So you can see it's about the third the size, because you're missing the USB jacks, Ethernet, and this is the normal camera and display connector, and you have a much smaller connector that is, again, you need that adapter cable.
Yeah.
Like the normal Raspberry Pi computer, you have HDMI output. This can do 1080p. It can do accelerated HDMI output. It's
that in itself is amazing.
Yes, you
like
can.
$5 for that.
This can
all
play
that,
videos.
yeah,
Didn't someone make a project we posted like that plays every Simpson episode?
Yeah,
on Pi Zero.
crazy.
What's funny is that even if this isn't great for doing basic computing, it's excellent for doing HDMI output, because that HDMI is handled in hardware. There's a GPU that does it and blitz it directly, like kind of a DirectX sort of thing.
Yeah.
So you can play video, even though this isn't a very powerful computer, it can play HDMI videos well beyond the capabilities of, this is like probably equivalent to like a Pentium 200 or something. I don't know. Look that up. You get a power input. That's the micro USB. That's the same as it's always been for the Pi. This draws, I don't know, like I think we did the power specs like 250 milliamps or so, just running. I can maybe connect up something and check it out while we run it. There's a USB on the go connector, and this is a USB micro, so you can't use it to, like, let's say you had a Wi-Fi dongle or something. Like, no, like you can't connect it directly. Instead, what you do is you take an on-the-go adapter, which is a common part used in almost every phone and tablet, and then you can connect these together, and there you go. Another alternative, which I actually kind of prefer, especially when you're working on the Pi Zero to like design something and you haven't miniaturized it, is you can get a hub that has Ethernet and USB, and has a micro USB connector on it. So when you plug this in, bam! Now you have Ethernet for internet and USB ports, so you can connect a keyboard, mouse.
I'll give everyone like a pro tip from someone who kind of watches Lady Ada, who's an expert and a pro, and I'm not, but having Ethernet and not having to troubleshoot wireless stuff while you're doing things is really good. Like get everything working on Ethernet, and then later, okay, I'll solve that other problem
just
later.
Works. I mean, like Wi-Fi works too, but Ethernet
but it's just like a whole like I forgot my SSID. I should have to change the file.
Metcalf totally deserves, and like that's always down, and then like.
No, at least you can eliminate something, especially for projects.
Yeah, I really strongly recommend
these little
Ethernet.
hubs are nice.
I do. Yeah, we have these little hubs.
You get 3 USB ports, then you get Ethernet.
They draw a lot of current, but again, this is only for prototyping.
It's on your desk.
Yeah, you're just working on it. So that's how you get USB. And then also we did a video of, it was Christmas Eve, wasn't it? Wasn't it because it was a Christmas?
Probably.
Yeah, we did a video about how to use the Raspberry Pi as a USB client device.
Oh, right.
So you can have this act like a mouse or keyboard or MIDI. And that video series, that video actually was a lot of fun, and people like the tutorial's still up, and of course it still works with this version. So if you want this, you can have this look like a hard disk. Not a very big one, but it could act like a hard drive.
Yeah.
You could have it act like a keyboard or MIDI or mouse or Ethernet device. So one of the neat things, if you don't want to even use this, you can connect the Pi to your computer and have it looks like an Ethernet adapter, and then you can route your laptop or computer's internet through this. So basically you can SSH into your Pi through the USB.
Yeah.
Check out the tutorial because I talk about how to do it. It's not that hard, but you do need to have a step-by-step because you have to kind of configure this RNDS and set up the MAC address and everything. But that's really fun. So that's a really nice thing about the USB. Whereas with the Pi 2, it actually cannot do that. It cannot act like a device because it has this hub in the middle of the USB pins. Like there's 2 USB pins that come out here. They go to this hub and then get split into 4 Ethernet and 4 USB jacks and an Ethernet jack. On the Pi Zero, those 2 pins are routed out directly. So that's how you can have it be a client or a host USB device. So that's kind of neat. It's one of the many benefits of a Pi Zero for very small projects. And you could power it also through this, so you can connect this directly to your computer, have it act like a USB device. That's kind of neat. And then you got HDMI, and this HDMI is not standard HDMI, it's mini HDMI. So for example, if you have a normal HDMI classic cable, like so, you're also like, will not plug. So you use an adapter. Handy. Takes normal HDMI, converts it to mini, not micro, but mini HDMI. Works pretty well. These adapters are only a couple bucks.
Yeah.
And if you don't need them, then whatever. But it saves a ton of space.
I found that I need all sorts of HDMI adapters now because cameras and then Pi stuff now.
Yeah, cameras are often micro HDMI. Although one of the Canons we have, I think, is mini.
Yeah, you
because
need mini and micro, and then full size you need. Like it's an HDMI world. We just live
it's
in it.
HDMI. Yeah, totally everything. And then your standard micro SD card slot, and it's a push pull.
Yeah, I like those the best because one less thing to go wrong.
You know what's funny? I have screwed up so many Raspberry Pis by I'm messing with it and I accidentally push it, and that and it pops out, and then it just corrupts the card.
Flies away.
So this is nice, actually. I actually prefer
Yeah.
this style. It's a little less expensive and it's more
It's
durable.
better, yeah.
Because you don't get the pop.
There's no failure mode with it.
And I think the Pi 3, which this is, the Pi 3 duplicated that connector.
Yeah.
So that's
we'll
the
look
same.
back in time and say, remember when they used to spring out? Boing.
I mean, it's fine if you have an enclosure and it's like you can't yank it, but or there's something protecting it.
This is a board, so.
Okay, so the Pi Zero, what's another thing that it doesn't have is the Raspberry Pi comes with this 2x20 connector, the IDC, the IDC connector for GPIO, and the Pi Zero has the pinout, but it does not have the header soldered on. So this makes it slim and of course less expensive because it's not even the component. The component itself is not that pricey. It's only 40 cents or so. What's expensive is the soldering.
Yeah.
This selective soldering process that does these pads is time consuming, and time is money, and it's you have to touch it up sometimes, and so I don't believe this is way. I think this is selective, but yeah.
Just for the folks, because people always ask the difference between a double-sided board and a single-sided board. What components, if any, are on the Pi Zero on the back?
On the bottom, there's none.
So it's a single-sided
So it's
board.
single-sided, which also makes it a lot less expensive. It's probably a 4 or 6 layer board, but there's no components on the back, makes it completely flat.
Yeah.
Whereas this Pi 3, it has the...
There's a little motherboard.
There's a whole other, basically the RAM is on the bottom, and you have all those
Yeah.
connectors and this crystal and these capacitors, and you have this
Could
Bluetooth,
we make the Pi
Wi-Fi.
Zero Adafruit with single-sided board like this?
We could if we had package-on-package technology, but the RAM is soldered on top. You have to have a fluxing machine, which we don't have. I mean, there's no reason why we couldn't if we just had that one.
If they change,
There's one little thing we need to.
If they change the package, would that be possible?
If the RAM was separate than the.
Why? So it's called package on package.
Package on package.
So what?
Yeah, the engineers really are creative with their naming.
Yeah. What do they call it? Sorry. Why would you use package on package and not make it a more standard component?
Package on package makes things much more compact because with the Pi 3, so you have the processor, which does not pop. This is just the processor. It has a Broadcom logo on it.
Yeah.
And on the bottom, you have the RAM. And so you have to route and you see that they're offset.
So this is actually on top of each other.
Yeah, this and the BeagleBone uses the same technique. The chip itself, because they're like, well, look, you're going to use this. There's only a couple different RAM chips. They make it so that there's a RAM chip that has the BGA pads. I mean, you're not going to be able to see the BGA pads here, but there's pads on the top, and then the RAM sits on top, and then you have to reflow it again.
Did they put any like thermal paste between the two? So there's like
flux.
Flux.
Yeah,
okay.
you have to flux and clean it.
Huh.
I believe you can. Maybe you could reflow it in one step. I think you would do it in two steps.
Yeah.
You'd reflow the chip first, and then you would place the RAM on top. But I don't know.
I guess all the engineers after designing stuff for phones are like, we ran out of space. We need to put
ran
chips
out
on
of
top
space.
of each
Yeah,
other.
basically you just have no space, and so
Yeah.
this was designed. It has to be compact.
This is a fairly recent technique?
I mean, I think probably 10 years.
Okay, that's pretty recent.
10, 15 years. I mean,
yeah, we've been
it's
making computers for a while.
Yeah, I think once, we moved from, I think once BGA became very functional, it is, it's a new process, but, I mean, there's no reason we couldn't do it. We would have to basically buy this equipment just to do
Just for that,
pop.
package on package.
And it would be like for this one thing that we
All right,
don't
well,
make.
We'll think about it.
Okay. But the BeagleBone also has pop, I believe. When I remember, the BeagleBone Black had has a pop chip.
What else?
You can do it if you're like Broadcom, because you can just go to like the RAM companies and be like, hey, make the RAM with these pins exactly in this location. They're like, okay, we'll do whatever you want.
That's what RAM companies sound like.
Yeah, hi. It's surprisingly like Packet the mailbag. It's a little bit of a conspiracy theory.
Hey, I'm the RAM company. I'd like to do a packet on packet for you.
Yeah. See, I forgot what I was talking about before, the package on package.
We were, I was asking you about the other side of the board.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mr. Lady Ada.
I
Yeah,
know.
so the back is flat, nothing going on here. And this actually says Raspberry Pi V1.3. It says 1.2. So it's the Raspberry Pi 2, but it's really the Raspberry Pi 1.3. And it looks like this has the year 2015 on it, so it looks like they actually designed this probably almost immediately after they released, the Pi Zero, but then they just couldn't get around to, not get around, but they took some time to get this design.
Like, that worked out. Let's make another.
Yeah, this has a date code of 1416. This was made in the 14th week of 2016. Maybe they just didn't update this for some reason. Yeah, it's single-sided, and you can say that the touch, the test pads on the bottom are NEG, not silver like these. So that means that these were soldered and these are not. So interesting. Why did they go with gold pads? Because I actually noticed that the Pi 3 has the pads are not plated, which is like a cost improvement. Like the pads, they're not. They didn't plate them with NEG or Hassel. They're raw copper. Maybe for the Pi Zero, because people have to solder to this. Maybe they splurged. Anyways, right. So you would solder on a header. Like for example, you could go with the classic 2x20, but I actually like the options of going with some unusual connectors. For example, this 2x20 right angle.
That's nice because it just
socket
plugs in. Yeah.
Is it kind of turns it into a card.
Yeah.
And what I like about this is you have like this tea cobbler, right? And then you can just plug this in like so.
Yeah.
Which I think is like adorable.
Yeah, I like it's like a
Like,
little.
hi.
It's like a smart RAM.
Yeah, it's like, hi, a little computer just plug into a breadboard. So I think this is
Yeah.
kind of
The first
This is very
breadboardable
cute.
computer.
yeah, it's quite cute. And then you have the cables coming out the top.
Yeah.
So you have a couple options. And then another thing I can show. So do you want to go to
Yeah, we have a couple of things we're
the
gonna. We
computer?
can show a project, and then we can also show it booting up or something.
I thought maybe we'd go to the project and then I could show the booting.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna go to computer.
Yeah, let me
Tell
switch.
Tell me when. Okay.
Yeah, I changed like the resolution. Yeah, go for
There
it.
we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we're at my computer. So the Pi Girl Zero is a project that Noe and Pedro recently did. This was a long project that they did, and it works with, of course, either one of these Pis, although now I guess you can add a camera. But what's neat about the Pi Zero is you can be creative with what connections. Like they used header, but in the original design they had, they didn't, and then they some of the Pi Zero projects that we've seen, people just solder wires to them. But the nice thing about the Pi Zero is it's quite small. So let me see if they have a photo. It's so small it can fit into this pretty small enclosure with a battery and everything.
Yeah.
Like this is a DIY project, and it's not that much bigger than like an official
No, if you
Product.
were to get a product that does it'd be hard to get it any smaller. So
Yeah.
I'll go to the overhead.
For a DIY. Well, this is going to take a moment to
Yeah,
boot.
but I mean, like,
I can
this
show it
is a
off.
real thing. It's not like, oh, we've made our DIY like Xbox or something, and it's just like a computer in a suitcase.
So the only trade-off with the Pi Zero, so you're like, wow, why should I not use a Pi Zero for everything? Is it's slower than the Pi 3. It's significantly slower. It's a single core running at 700 megahertz. It's the ARM V6. Man, I don't remember anymore. But it's the previous generation of the Pi 3. It's 32-bit, not 64-bit. It's just not as fast. Doesn't have 4 cores. So altogether, this isn't. If you do want to have something that has a very computer-like, like you want it to act like a computer, like you want to browse the internet and you want to play Minecraft on it and have it be fast, you want to go with a Pi 3. Only if you're doing a project where it's very small and you need the low power, like especially the skinniness, is where I think a Pi Zero would really shine. Because again, by the time, if you need internet and USB, by the time you add all the components, it's not that much cheaper than a Pi 3. Like all the add-ons you get with a Pi 3, especially because it has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and Ethernet and 4 USB jacks, like it's quite a bit of value.
Yeah, it's neat. You have choices. I'd say like portability and power.
Yeah.
And I would say specifically for this type of project that's in your hand right now, it's nearly perfect for it.
Yeah.
Unlike some of the camera projects that people are going to do now.
Yeah. I think it's definitely like with the camera, you can do some.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can.
I mean, every single like portable photo booth project should be using a Pi
Totally.
Zero.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were at
or like
an
a live
event.
casting project.
Yeah, we were at an event last night, and these Raspberry Pi, and you could have the event photo booth for cheap.
And
it could be battery powered.
there you go. And I think also pause. I think wearables would be really good if you're doing like a wearable project, especially if you're prototyping something that you might eventually make much more compact.
Yeah.
You can start with like, okay, you have full access to Wi-Fi, you have a full hard drive, you have like Python. Before you like, okay, I'm gonna like make this low power portable wearable, and I'm gonna write
IoT,
the code.
robotic stuff.
Yeah.
Any type of cosplay where you're using 3D printing and a screen for any type of display.
Yeah.
So this is good, and it's it's $5.
Yeah, which brings me to the next thing. So the thing about the Pi Zero is it's people are like, hey, don't you have bazillions of these in stock? And we have a fact about that, but I can run through it really fast. Basically, a lot more people want these than exist or made, to help avoid the problem of 500,000 people, basically, who want 1,000 of an item. We limit it to 1.
Yeah, that also stops people from buying them and selling them on eBay for like $50.
Yeah, which we're trying to avoid that. Yeah. We also have to make sure that the Adafruit shipping team isn't overwhelmed. And so if we get a shipment, we can't put them all in, because if they sold all in 1 hour, first off, people wouldn't get a chance. If you're not online that 1 hour, like you never get another
it's also
chance.
worse because the expectation is that it'll ship within a week,
Yeah, and we actually don't have that ability.
Yeah, we do say like anything with the Pi Zero might take a couple extra days, but we still have to get these orders out.
Yeah.
So we make sure that we're treating the staff great and the customers know everything that's going on. So I think in the US, Micro Center and Adafruit, and then internationally.
And Micro Center, you can walk in and just buy one. So they have 17 something stores.
And internationally, there's Pi Maroni and Pi Supply.
Pi Hut, or something.
Pi Hut or Pi Supply,
so basically, we wait until the director of shipping comes to us and she says, "Hey, I'm ready for another, 500, or 1,000," and then we'll put them.
And
in
then
stock.
we often run out, and then we wait until the next round. So all those things, people have like site scrapey things that tell you when they're in stock. We also have packs, and sometimes there's only standalone, sometimes there's only packs, sometimes there's both. So just sign up when you can, and when we get them in stock, you'll get notified. And we're kind of at the mercy of the supply.
Yeah.
So we'll do the best we can, and just be excellent to one another, because these are There is a limit, one per customer. A lot of people
And
ask
how many
to change it.
Pi Zeros have we sold? You probably like 40, 30,000, 40,000?
Yeah, tens of thousands.
I mean, it's, by the way, we have sold tens of thousands
Yeah,
of
tens
these.
of thousands. There are some Pi Zero truthers that are convinced that Pi Zeros don't exist.
Trust me,
but just
we ship them.
Just look on all the websites where you can actually see the projects and more. And
I mean, well, how could people be building projects if
yeah, I know. Well, look, there's a special place in hell for Pi Zero truthers.
They also did 9/11.
Yeah.
So what we do is, we get a shipment and we go through it slowly. We're not hoarding them. We're not selling them on eBay. We want to give everybody a chance to have one. We do contests and giveaways once in a while. So that's another way you can get one if you don't want to, when we do put them in, by the way, they sell out in only like a few minutes. Even though we notify people, I think, again, there's people who scrape our site.
Yeah, there's sites to this.
That's what it is. Hopefully we will be able to get everybody a Pi Zero, but if you would like to get one, just keep looking. Don't worry, they are being made. If you are getting them to sell them on eBay, you're a bad person and you should feel bad.
All right, do you want to show this thing booting up or something next?
Yeah, so I just thought okay, this is kind of neat.
We gotta get out of here.
Yeah, I know, I gotta pass out. But so this is the Pi Girl Zeros. This is a project that we did that uses the Pi Zero, and I thought I would show the Pi booting up. Hold on, I'm going to connect it up to a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm gonna get this back in sync. Okay, so I'm going to connect up HDMI, and I'm going to connect up USB to a little dongle, and then I'll plug in HDMI, and then I'm going to resuscitate gently my monitor. Somehow survived the fall. Okay. So I got my Pi Zero, got my monitor, and then I just want to power it up. And this is going to be, wait, where's my thing? Shoot. Hold on.
Here's lots of stuff going on.
Yeah, I know. Look, here. This is I think Jessie Light. It's another thing. While you can run graphical things with the Pi Zero, like the Pi Girl Zero, which is running FBCP, it's not what the Pi Zero is best at. I would strongly recommend, if you can get away with text mode, do text mode. So let me try booting this Pi. Okay, so get rainbow screen, scrolling away. And then I think, this is that.
Flux on your computer still?
Oh man, hold on. Sorry, it
Yeah, sure. Okay.
refluxed. Okay, I guess it's the first time I booted it, so it's like I'm going to configure all sorts of things. But yeah, you can get, this is doing 1080p, I think, so very fast. And I just have it, since I only have one USB port, I'm using this little like USB tablet.
Yeah, I've got quad cam, so you have the Pi booting up, your screen for that tutorial, which really isn't needed, but anyways, there.
Well,
overhead, and then you.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else do you think?
That's it. We got to get out of here.
Okay.
Let's just show that this is a thing.
Okay, I'm gonna wait till this is booting. Just give it.
And then probably this week on Ask an Engineer, or maybe a Desk of Lady Ada, we'll figure out what other things that we can cover.
Okay, I can hit Control C. I'm just gonna show it, and then I'm gonna just do like, hey, I'm logged in. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I can log in Pi, and then password is Raspberry, and then I can do like ls, and then I can do like a dmessage. Ooh, so all this text. So like it's good for tech stuff if you want to run any Linux utilities. Of course, it's great. It is a full Linux computer, so you don't even have to hack a OpenWRT router.
Yeah.
And then, do I have a moment to try the other, Jessie?
Yeah, do what you want to do.
Okay, so I'm going to be bad and just unplug this. Don't do that. You should do a proper shutdown. But I reburned the image just for this, and then I have another SD card. This one has Jessie Light, so you can compare. Sorry, wrong spot. Hey, it's the cat. Okay, so this is Jessie. Hey.
Okay.
The cat's like, what are you doing awake?
Yeah, hey.
Hey. He's like, this is my time.
Yeah.
Do you want to have the cat? No, he's escapey.
No, he wants to. He doesn't like any of this.
He doesn't like this. Okay. Wait. So it's coming up in a second.
Oh yeah. All right.
Yeah. There you go. There's that mouse. And
Look at this.
Yay!
This is live.
So, yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa, cat, whoa. That was a little bit
He decided
excessive.
to jump on the table.
He didn't jump on my pie at least. So, you can, whoa, hold on. This mouse I'm not used to. You can once, hold on. You have to hold this while you.
Everything's okay, Mosfet. Yeah, everything's all right. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Oh, you grabbed the cat.
Yeah.
Okay, so I started up Scratch. So you could program Scratch on your Pi Zero. Oh, did you have a cat? You have a cat, huh?
Well, I'm just gonna have him poke into the little circle here. That's cute.
Hey.
We interrupt this Pi Zero launch to bring you the MOSFET show.
Meow 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 meow. Well, he came over here and meowed, so he must want this.
All right.
Okay, yeah. So as you can tell, like Scratch does boot, but it takes a few seconds. It runs as fast as it did on the original Pi, which means it runs, but it's not like the fastest thing ever. But if you want to run Scratch, it will do it. And it again, it's like it's original Pi speed. If you're used to the Pi 3, you'll be like, oh my god, this is so slow. But at the time, this was 2 years ago. This was 3 years ago.
We
this
loved
was
it. We thought it was so fast.
We're like, wow, I can't believe it's so small. But it can do it's a full Linux computer, so you can run like any open source software that's compilable for the ARM core on Linux. So that's kind of exciting.
Yeah.
Actually, it's interesting. Seger ported their code to ARM 6, so you can run. I was running my J-Link on an ARM, and we were talking about how we could use a Pi Zero as a J-Link Wi-Fi. Like you could put it inside the Seger J-Link because the J-Links are so big. You could put it inside and make it like USB powered.
Yeah, I mean,
and Wi-Fi. With
we
USB
have
powered.
this little device that takes HDMI and converts it to USB. It's basically a little Linux computer. There, I'm sure the Pi will find a use for that. It could actually even fit in.
It could do USB to Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
This could act as a USB webcam or a USB video device and have HDMI out. I mean, it could do it. It would be the opposite of a converter. Yeah, totally.
Okay, Lady Ada.
Or connected SDR RTL to it. Have it do radio stuff, all kinds of things. Okay, well that's all I've got.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
check out adafruit.com. We have some standalones. We have some kits. We have some more. Cat's not for sale. Watch out. He's squirmy.
I know he's squirmy. He's whoa.
Yeah. That's what he
does. He just likes to be on my shoulder for some reason.
That's what he does.
Yes, we have Pi Zeros. Well, if they're not in stock, sign up. We'll have more.
Awesome.
We'll have packs. We'll have these camera cables. When we get the camera cable in, I will do a demo with the camera. Acts just like the normal Pi camera.
Okay. And with that, is this related? Please support Adafruit with your purchases. We don't have loans or venture capital, which is a rarity these days. We're here because of y'all. So bye, Kit.
Yay. Thanks, everybody.
Later.
Good night. Good morning.